Hi guys, hello and welcome to another Java programming tutorial. In this tutorial, we will learn how to calculate the break-even point in Java. This is also part of the assignment number 1, a problem number 4. So what exactly is the break-even point? I've given you some description right at the beginning of this problem that the break-even point of a company is calculated to find out the amount of sales required to cover its expenses, and is calculated using the formula where break-even point in unit sales equals the total fixed cost divided by the difference of sale price and the variable cost. So therefore, in order to calculate this break-even point, the main idea is that the company use this to calculate the number of units required to sold in order to cover its expenses. So if the company sells more than BEP, its books will show profit. If it sells less than the BEP, its books will show loss. And break-even point is where the company will produce right enough to make a break-even. Okay, so in order to solve this problem, if you look at the formula over here, the formula talk about 4 different things. We need a break-even point, which will be the holder of the output. We need total fixed cost, and we need sale price, and then we need variable costs. So we need total 4 variables. So we'll be writing a program to accept from user the total fixed cost, sale price, and variable cost. We will calculate the break-even point and we'll display the break-even point back to user. So we will first declare the variables. In the variable declaration, as you can see, I've declared fixed cost, variable cost, and sale price. And then I have my scanner object, which will allow me to accept an input from the user in console. You can accept an input using console, or you can accept an input using JOption pane. It's totally your choice. Okay, next, we accept variable cost from user, we accepted fixed cost from user, and we accept the sales. Now, if you look back at the formula, it says total fixed cost. So let me make that change here, enter total fixed cost. And maybe I want to make a change here, total fixed cost and total fixed cost. Okay. Now, after making these changes, I will now calculate the formula. So we now need to convert this English-like statement, which is written probably in mathematics form, in Java equivalent form. First of all, we have to use the variables that we declared. So instead of saying BEP in unit sales, we'll say BEP equals to the total fixed cost, which we have as total fixed cost, divided by, we have a variable here called sale price minus the variable cost. Now, one thing is very important here. Sometimes people forget to use parentheses around. So if you forget to use the parentheses around this formula, what it will do is it will apply the PEMDAS rule. Will first divide the total fixed cost by sale price and will then subtract variable cost from that. And that will be a logical error because that's not the actual formula. Anyway, after that, we display the break-even point. Now let's run this. So I'm entering the variable cost here. The variable cost, let's say, is 40. The total fixed cost is 36,000. And enter sale price. So let's say I put 100 here. So now I get an output of 600. So what exactly does that output of 600 means? The output of 600 means that the retailer needs to sell 600 units of its product to make a break even. So the retailer needs to sell at least 600 units of his product to make this break even. So that's basically what this calculation does, that it allows me to calculate the break even point.